Inside joke from last week. So we're going to kick things off with just a quick news segment with Jess and Gina. That's me.
And then, as mentioned, we'll do a walking tour of Falkreath Hold, one of the 2 dungeons that come with, gosh, I almost said Shadows of the Hist. Goodness. Horns of the Reach.
Horns of the Reach.
The upcoming ESO DLC game pack.
That's coming in August also.
Yep. And with us for that tour will be Dungeon Lead Mike Finnegan and Senior World Builder John Racine. It'll be a lot of fun.
Is it Racine or Racine?
Racine? Did I
Where's the syllable?
No, you got it right.
Okay.
Racine.
Okay, well, let's get started with news.
Yep.
Shall we?
So we wanted to touch on a couple things that have been issues in the community first, and kind of let you know what the status is of those things. First off, some of our Xbox One players have been having issues with their ESO Plus memberships, just stopping, or they're losing access to their entitlements. We have been working with Microsoft to get this resolved, and it sounds like they are on it. In the meantime, if you have any issues with your ESO Plus account and are an Xbox One player, we encourage you to contact Microsoft support, please.
So the other issue that we've been seeing people posting about is issues with latency. And this seems to be affecting not everybody, but all mega servers and all platforms. So we did identify one of the routes that was kind of posing a problem, and it has been fixed as of this afternoon by the ISP. So if you're still having issues with latency, be sure and submit a support ticket. Include your traceroute info also. If you're not sure how to do that, if you go to help.elderscrollsonline.com, just type in traceroute, and then you'll see the help article pop up, and it'll walk you through all the steps.
And for both of those issues,
It's Friday.
It's Friday. We will be providing updates on the official forums and our official Twitter, Bethesda support as we have them. So please stay tuned there. And thank you for your patience as we work through them. Also, the ESO Plus bonus event has been going on all week. That includes a free crown crate, Dwarven crown crate, if you log in and are a current ESO Plus subscriber. And
to be clear, you don't get the crown crate as soon as you log in. They're being delivered to you, I think, on
July
the
17th.
17th.
Today's the 7th.
It's Friday.
Yeah, we have seen some questions about that. And if you're not an ESO Plus member, you can enjoy all the benefits of an ESO Plus membership, including the craft bag, access to all DLC, game packs, bonus to XP, and gold gains, trait research, a whole bunch of cool stuff. Until Sunday night. The event ends at 11:59 p.m. Eastern on Sunday.
Also, earlier in the week, we released our Update 15 preview article on the website. Now, if you haven't seen that, it kind of described the 2 new dungeons that are coming in Update 15, Horns of the Reach. We're going to be showing you one of them today in just a few moments, but we have to finish talking first. We also have a new Battleground map, Arcane University, and a new Battleground mode, Chaos Ball. Now you have to own Chaos Ball. It's chaos. You do have to own Morrowind in order to access those 2, but they will come automatically. And also updates to the base game patch as always. So we have customizable combat cues, which allow you to basically change the color of the telegraphs that you see. So that's pretty cool. We also have updates to guilds. So there's guild invite history, among a couple other things. What else is in there? I'm trying to think. What else is in there?
And what?
Update 15.
Oh, there's a lot.
The base game patch.
There's other things. The patch notes are at about like 35 pages or something. Yeah, we do have some improvements coming to proc sets. We know a lot of you have been asking about that. New item sets. New. Should just hand you the microphone. It's okay.
You asked.
Feeding me information. New item sets, new monster masks, the usual.
So you can look for the patch notes.
It just kind of exited my head. So yeah, we have about 35 pages of patch notes. We're finalizing those, so be on the lookout. It's coming.
And next up is we have 4 Crown Store LTOs currently running. Those were the ones you guys, some of you heard us talking about before the show. So that is the I always forget the name of the cat.
It's the Nightfall Saber
Cat Mount. Long name.
A black saber. There he is.
The Brassy Assassin personality, the Naryu's Morak Tong costume, and the adorable assassin hairstyle. So those are going to be available until 10 a.m. Eastern on Monday. So if you want to get those, definitely pick them up before then. And what are they, Mike? Can you say it?
Assassins.
Assassins! Also, what's that? We have an update from Apple.
That's fun.
Nice.
Okay. Sorry. Little pop-ups that we see. It's like, don't forget to update. Lastly, we have a crap ton of patches coming in next week. Monday, we have a PC incremental patch. That is going to include additional fixes for the grouping tool and for queuing issues. It's also going to, actually, let me just pull it up. I can tell you guys. We're making it so you get more XP for finishing Battlegrounds. And we're also adding a new 10 to 49 grab bag queue for Battlegrounds.
Awesome.
We will be closing the Almalexia campaign in Cyrodiil. Brian Wheeler posted about this a little earlier in the week. And we will be opening up Shore, a new campaign. It's going to be a, what did I just press? My text went from readable to like
to very tiny.
Well, a new 7-day CP-enabled campaign. So that's exciting. I'm stalling while I figure out how to make this bigger.
Nobody say this isn't live.
What else do we have?
So we'll have the PC and Mac incremental patch. That's going to be on Monday, yeah?
Yeah, it's on Monday. There's some other things, I just can't read them. So be on the lookout for the patch notes.
And the
on Monday.
Xbox and PS4 will be, is it Tuesday or Wednesday?
Xbox and PS4 is on Wednesday. Wednesday morning. We'll be posting those patch notes as well on Wednesday morning. And PTS is going to be early next week. So be on the lookout.
Eloa, sorry, I know we said we'd probably have a date, but we're going to have to say early next week. As
still finalizing a few things. But be on the lookout on the forums. We'll put up the maintenance banner when it's scheduled and ready to go. And as usual, Natchpotes will happen towards the end of maintenance. So exciting stuff.
So stay tuned and watch for them.
So
that wraps up our news.
Yeah, we put up a poll on Twitter yesterday asking everyone which of the 2 new dungeons they wanted to see between Bloodroot Forge and Falkreath Hold. Falkreath won by a pretty significant amount, so we're going to be showing that today live on a development server with Shrek and John Racine. Just kidding. Mike Finnegan, our dungeon lead. So Mike is sort of in charge of the whole dungeon team, getting all this stuff together. He's been on the show a million times. He's the funny guy. John, this is first time. Yeah, right. Just be funny.
Nailed it.
John is one of our senior world builders. He sort of basically put this dungeon together, right?
Yep. Yeah. From the very bottom of terrain and assets and putting together everything together, level design and final touches and stuff.
Great. Which other dungeons have you helped design?
So we did some trials. We did Hellra Citadel.
He did Hellra, AA.
I did,
Sanctum.
Etherean Archive, Sanctum Ophidia, and a bunch of the dungeons in the base game as well.
Cool. Okay. Well, as mentioned, we are. What's so funny?
Nothing.
Just awkwardly like, okay, here we go.
Okay.
Okay. So, as mentioned, we are on a development server, so Mike might cheat a little bit. He will cheat. We'll kind of hop around a little bit. We don't want to spoil like boss mechanics or anything.
Right.
But if you have any questions while we're doing the tour, feel free to put them in chat, and we'll watch for them.
We are watching. I'm kind of just waiting for the game to come up. There we go.
It was in the...
Just awkwardly waiting.
So where are we starting here, Mike?
This is the... so let me pull up a map here.
Oh yeah, show everybody where it is.
So this is... both these dungeons are in Craglorn. So if you look in south eastern Craglorn, you have, this is the entrance to Falkreath Hold, which is where we're at right now. And there's a giant gate here that's right now, and there's a guy outside that's telling you that there's some bad stuff happening in Falkreath, and you can ride his cart to get there.
Cart.
Yeah,
Exciting.
it's a cart. Yeah, it's a cart. It's the best cart ride of your life. And this is the entrance to Bloodroot Forge, which is in southern, it's a little bit west of Elmere.
And we'll take a look at Bloodroot Forge on the next ESL Live show.
Yep.
So you get to come back.
Yes. So this is the the
again.
cart that's kind of dropped you off right here. So you can start walking through the dungeon, and this has put you on the outskirts of Falkreath Hold.
Okay.
This guy who is has a hurt knee.
chilling?
Yeah, he's got a hurt knee. I'm not gonna make the joke. I'm
oh,
not gonna make
God,
the joke.
it's so
Not gonna
hard
make
not
the
to say
joke.
it.
Yes, I know. But he gives you kind of the background of stuff. Let you know that
Take up my cause.
there's some beastmen, as he calls them, that are invading and trying to sack Falkreath. So part of the idea behind Falkreath, though, is our game is 1,000 years in the past. So Falkreath that you would have seen in Skyrim has been built and destroyed and built and destroyed and built and destroyed and built and destroyed over and over throughout history. We're at one of the high points of Falkreath now. So the city is fairly well developed and has actual walls and everything like that. But I know John can talk a little bit about, especially going through this area, what you did for to kind of get the right feel and flavor of Falkreath.
And
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Also, John, we saw some questions about what you do as a world builder, so maybe you can kind of tie that in.
All this.
All the things.
All
All the things on the
this.
screen.
Put all
All
that
the
there.
pretty.
Well, because we have artists that essentially, I don't want to say
Create the
draw the
plants and
trees, but
trees
yeah,
and all
kind
that.
of make it, and then it's kind of like Legos, right? You just
Yeah, I'm kind of
put it all together.
the Lego builder. I'll make all of the ground
Like
so
a
something has
builder.
something to sit on.
So all of our areas are hand built
Yeah, and then
by
after
someone like
that,
you.
All the pretty. That's
Yeah.
right.
But part of the cool aspect of this too is we have a reference in previous Elder Scrolls games to use. All like we did with Vardenfell, where we had the previous
height map.
we had the previous height map and stuff. We had that same stuff here for Falkreath, so we know kind of what it's going to look like in 1,000 years. So
That's cool. So you guys did reference.
John
Yeah, I
was
did
able
some
to do
really
that.
high-tech business management and Googled the height map for
There you
Skyrim.
go. There you go.
And you know,
That's
how we
spare
use
no expense,
resources,
man. These
you know?
tools are.
this is the free market at play.
Yeah, this
So,
Oh, that's an interesting question. From Stormahawk, he was asking if the world building tool that you guys use is kind of similar to the housing editor.
Oh, that is a
a
good
little
question.
bit, yeah, a little bit. Like I think it's kind of truncated a little bit just for the housing editor, but it's very
Sure.
similar where you can like move things around, rotate,
Yeah.
you know, shove stuff into other things,
Put
and
lighting in different places.
Whenever-
make a tree person. you
Yeah.
know.
And whenever we can implement stuff that you may have seen in another game like Skyrim or something like that, we try. And this is one of those aspects that John took. Kind of, you saw this temple or something in right outside of Falkreath.
Yeah.
And so this is the starting of that. Oh, here comes a big bull.
Yeah, when I went into Skyrim to really look and take reference photos and see what was there before and what they had done, I noticed that there was a big temple that looks like it would be still existing in our game because it's like 1,000 years in the past, and it's like one of the structures that I was like, yep, that's got to go in.
So we're inside.
We are
Falkreath Hold
right
at
on the
this point?
outskirts. Yeah, well,
Outside,
Falkreath
okay.
Hold is a hold in Skyrim is like a vast mountain. And what we're really doing in here is liberating the Holdfast, which is the kind of the capital.
Okay.
So this is the outskirts of the siege that the Minotaur and this group of Reachmen are doing. If you look, another thing we try to do in the dungeons is telegraph the equipment that you're going to get. So the monsters will use the same equipment and with the same visuals that you're going to see. So this is like, I think this is the medium set that you will get in the dungeon. This the skin treatment that you see here, the tattoos and the pale skin, is the reward for completing the Falkreath Hold Conqueror achievement or something like that.
cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
the equivalent.
So you get
of
a
like
skin
yeah,
for
you
it?
get a skin for doing this one. I'm gonna have to kill past this because there's a wall of fire.
You mean you're going to have to cheat past it?
You mean be awesome past it. Look at that.
So for
flashed
anybody
red and everybody's
joining,
dead.
we are playing on our...
And I got the achievement.
Yep, internal dev
I'm
server,
so
so we're
good.
using some
So good at
dev
this,
commands
right.
to hop
No,
around.
I'm not. I'm just that good. This is a highlight of future gameplay achievements. So this is the mammoth that's trying. The Reachmen are using this mammoth to try and break down the door. And Erica, who I don't know, I think the audio is probably coming through. Erica is yelling at you from the top there, and she's letting you know, hey, we're your. You guys look friendly. Why don't you come and help us out here? Erica is the Jarl's daughter, the Jarl Falkreath's daughter, and she is organizing the town defense and the evacuation of the
I
prison.
looked down for a second. I looked back up, and suddenly the poor mammoth is just.
He's you know,
He's
when
taking
you're
a
this
nap.
good, you know, it's
Now,
really tough
people
to-
are asking a lot of questions about
There she
the
is.
female character that you looked at earlier with the skin on.
Yeah,
The skin on. The reward
She has her
skin.
skin on.
that's Erica.
Do you know what the story is behind why it's all white? And do you learn that through here? And did she have actual horns, or was that a?
No, that was a head.
It was a
That was
headpiece.
a headpiece.
Okay.
So you will see the final Minotaur in here. His name is Dami, House of Bloody Horn. He has that exact same thing. His skin is like painted white, and it
Right.
has those are actually kind of Nurncrux tattoos. So they kind of play in. A lot of what we try to do with these dungeons is give you a tangential story that if you do both of the dungeons, the story makes sense.
And you
but-
can do them in any order.
And you can do them in any order. The
Yeah.
dungeons make sense together, but they don't. Yeah, one doesn't lead the other. One isn't the first part and the second part of the story.
Cool.
So another thing is, this is another cool part that we were talking about earlier is, and John's been on has been on the team for a while, and we had always talked in the past about really wanting to do a siege.
Yeah, like
and that's
present moment
a siege is currently happening, and it's always come up and we say, oh, we'll see how to do it. We did a little bit of elements of that in Hell Raw,
Yeah,
when we
that
added
was one of those.
the catapults and stuff like that. But this was the first time that I thought we could take assets we could take all the stuff we have, and then
Like you're the defender.
yeah,
essentially.
you're
helping
coming
the
through,
rescue.
and the town is under siege, so you see this kind
Whoa.
of cool stuff.
So that stuff hurts you, yeah?
Oh yes, that stuff will hurt you.
So it's like playing Frogger through the area.
Right. Yeah. You're. It's an environmental effect that you're going to have to be cognizant of, so that you avoid taking damage here. There's some little vignettes of story that are going here. If you're not fighting through and you want to kind of pay attention to this, you have this. Erica sitting here, basically evacuating the people as you kind of fight through the town. She tells everybody, "Let's go."
Yeah, creating that drama while
yeah,
you guys
kinda
are like
drama as
fighting.
you guys
If you
are
just
going.
happen to look that way while you're
Yeah.
fighting,
Right.
and
We're
like other
getting-
stuff is happening.
We're getting some questions for subtitles, requests for subtitles.
It's in the chat window.
We can get them up on the screen now if we want, which might help.
For anyone who just joined, we're showing Falkreath Hold. It's one of the new. The audio guy's whispering audio. We're showing all Falkreath Hall, which is one of the new dungeons coming in. What?
Falkreath Hold.
What did I say?
Hall.
I meant Hold.
Yeah.
It's Friday.
Cool.
Coming in the
Horns of the Reach.
Horns of the Reach. Damn it! I was going to say Shadows
Shadows
of the
of the
Mist.
Mist.
You
I
did.
know. I know.
Halls of the Reach.
I just,
This
you
is-
know what? I'm
Halls
just,
of the His
This is the
Shadows.
shadow
not
of
gonna
Falkreath.
talk.
This
Just
is
gonna
the
sit
shadow
here.
of Falkreath. It's in the
Just gonna
horns
sit
of
here
the
and read chat.
horns of the
Skyrim.
horns of the mist. I don't know what.
We're just saying words.
So what's going
this
on in
point.
the story right now, where you guys are at?
So this is the Reachmen and their allied Minotaurs are assaulting Falkreath. They the NPCs before this will have told you that bands of Minotaurs have been raiding the outside villages for a while and taking prisoners off to who knows where. So that's what you're
The
doing
bad
now.
place.
Is you're basically the bad place. You're basically telling. You're helping Erica. She says we can't defend all the walls. One of the walls is breached. I need to evacuate people. They're gonna make for the Hall of the Dead, and she needs you to kind of like cover their escape. So now you're gonna walk through some of the side hallways to get to
Potato salad. He was, or she,
Potato salad.
this person in chat was just asking if there's new skins coming, and we did show one off earlier.
We showed one. So we liked the idea of veteran awards for dungeons in that we did in Shadows of the Hist. The problem or the main concern that we had there is if you did both dungeons, there was no way to show off that you did both dungeons. You could either show off that you had the skin from Falkreath Hold Shadows or the skin from Shadows of the Hist. So for this one, I'm in actually some of the armor that drops here. This is the heavy set that drops in this dungeon. So for this one, we have the skin reward, which you can see on my character here with the white skin and the Nirncrux tattoos. And then if you do Bloodroot Forge, you get a unique hat so that you can actually wear both rewards at the same time and show off that you've actually done both dungeons.
Nice.
So let's truck on through. So the Reachmen are using all kinds of magic, not only fire magic and stuff, but they also use some shamanistic kind magic and stuff like that. So this is another boss that you would engage with here. We're not going to show you mechanics.
Nothing to see.
Nothing.
They have some pretty cool armor on too, yeah.
Yes, everything is going to use the armor that drops in the dungeon. This is another cool part. You get in here and Erica has evacuated some of the people, but some people have died, and the Draugr in here are raising the dead. So the spirits that the Reachmen have summoned are kind of like reactivating the dead, the Draugr and stuff like that. So she's using these urns to cleanse, which may play into some of the mechanics
important.
later. Might be important. So you can see here's the spirits, and then they run off and activate these Draugr. This is part of another thing that we talk about where we would like to telegraph mechanics and stuff like that. Shane did a really good job on this stuff and kind of putting these things out here so that you could do these as kind of like a flavor thing and learn how to do that mechanic. And then when it really matters on the next boss, it's not a foreign element to you.
Somebody was asking what the difficulty is of this dungeon compared to previous dungeons.
So difficulty is one of those
Depends.
weird things to gauge. So what we have is interesting and fun mechanics, but I wouldn't put it at probably as on the knife's edge is like Shadows of the Hist. That one probably hit as far as difficulty goes. That was pretty difficult. So I probably wouldn't put it as high as those. But there are mechanics that this doesn't mean you can gather X amount of 4 DPS and just blow your way through it. It's you're still going to want a tank and a healer because there's mechanics that will kill people that aren't tanks and healers, but that just means that it's not everything's going to kill everybody all the time. So.
And this is going to be included with an ESO Plus membership also.
Yep.
Saw a couple of people asking.
Yes.
Whoa.
Oh my! Nice world building, John.
Yeah,
Nothing to see.
That's the problem with
using dev commands
With
on an
cheating.
internal server.
That's why you don't cheat. Like,
I think you're breaking it.
I
you
am.
broke it.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. Don't look.
Yeah, everyone just
Close
close
your eyes.
your eyes for a second and count to 10.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
Yep. So
We're all back.
Here we are.
this
all
can
back
happen on a
here.
dev server.
Yeah.
There we go.
Everyone's like, wee!
Yeah, that was great. Loved it.
You're really
So yeah,
selling
this is
it, Mike.
this is the if people remember the layout of Falkreath, this is not where the Hall of the Dead was. This was so.
Chad was like, he builds all this. All of this.
So this is this is the final pull before the Jarl's Hall. This is all 3 different versions of Minotaurs that we have in this. There's a Minotaur Shaman, which is called an Earthbinder, Trampler, and the Wallbreaker. So they have pretty close to what Minotaurs do now, but their damage is pumped up a lot and stuff. Another cool aspect that I wanted to take a look at here was if you look, oh, did I miss it?
Yeah, it's in the bottom street.
Yeah. right up there. If you look right up there, you see that little thing peeking through there. You could actually see it better from the street. I meant to look at it from down there. But if you peek right up there, that is the house that you will, if you beat this dungeon on normal, you will unlock the ability to purchase that house with gold.
Cool.
That is cool.
Yes. And I'll show you in a little bit, but you actually can,
Ooh,
from the
tuned.
house, you can actually look down and see the dungeon, the world building of the dungeon, so it looks like you're above Falkreath.
But you're actually there.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
cool.
you're
So you can
really
stand
there.
in your house and say, John built all
this. All this. This is.
John's like,
I don't know what to respond.
I don't.
Yep.
For as far as the eye can see,
I can't add any more
was
truth to
built
that.
by John of the House of Racine. So this is the Jarl's Hall. I will not spoil some cool elements, but as you can see, Jarl Skjorlmor is chilling on his throne, and you're probably like, what? I just
Yeah, he's
fought through
just
this
chilling here.
entire thing.
And you're just chilling.
We helped his daughter, and he's like, sup, guys?
Hey,
Just
thanks
having
for,
a beer.
thanks for doing
What's
that
going
for
on?
me.
Yeah,
So is this where the final boss fight is?
this is the final boss fight,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
But we're
Yeah,
not
no,
going to spoil
We're not going
it.
to spoil it.
One thing I will note, though, is if you notice how small the room is, it's still a big boss. So part of that was our boss designer for this, MJ, was like, I really want to go for a claustrophobic kind of feel to this boss.
Oh,
so
yeah,
there's
yeah.
a lot of stuff that's happening, and it's a kind of a tight, confined space. So it's really
It's
going
a
to be
big boss, small
movement is
space, yeah.
movement is yeah. It's like fat guy in a little coat. So it's like you gotta.
I was thinking it.
This is literally like a bowl in a china shop.
Yes, except this. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. There's no China, but yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So literally, it's probably not. Yeah.
So the Jarl is not the boss.
The Jarl is not the boss. No,
That would actually kind of suck. Like, you just did all this for him. He's like, I'm
I
going to
know,
fight
right?
you now.
Yeah. He's like, why did you do that? I wanted my town destroyed.
Fight me.
So yeah, that's Falkreath Hold in a
Quick
nutshell.
walking tour.
Yeah.
How long
That
would you
guy had a
say
bad
that? Yeah. How long would you say that this will typically take to finish?
I'd say probably around.
What was the goal?
30 minutes. 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Generally, we try to put dungeons around the 30 to 40 minute mark. Each of the bosses in here has pretty hard set mechanics that it's going to be tough to just kind of like bull rush your way through. So
Bull rush. I get it.
see what I did there. So it's going to be tough for you to. Yeah, I'm here all week. So yeah, we want you to kind of like spend some time on some of these bosses and kind of figure them out and stuff like that. So
Are we able to show off the monster mask that you get? You can say no.
I don't think I have it on this
Okay.
character.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
Well, PTS next week.
yeah.
But
can tell you
speaking
what it
of,
is.
like, what kind of things can people get for completing these dungeons? We saw the hat and the skin.
So you get the skin for this one, the hat for Bloodroot. You will have the standard trophy and bust for completing it for the bosses. There's 2 new monster masks.
Per dungeon, or?
No, there's 1 monster mask and shoulder per dungeon.
Gotcha.
And it's gonna be after the final boss. Let me see if I have stuff in here that I can. I might have. No, never mind. I do not.
Sound like
I
you're
thought I had
dying.
the monster mask. Yeah, sorry about that. I was trying to fill time.
No
My
problem.
bad. There's a monster mask for this one and Bloodroot, and it's gonna be done after. It's like taxidermied after the final boss and stuff. So this one's like a half bull skull, like.
You can hang on your wall.
No, I meant the monster mask.
Oh, the
but yeah,
monster
there is
mask.
going to be the
Yeah, yeah.
taxidermied head as well
Right.
for Dami House. But there's also the monster mask is pretty cool and stuff. And I think that they're geared towards. One's geared towards DPS and the other one is geared towards tanking. I think I'd have to look, but I'm pretty sure
Cool.
that's what they're geared towards.
Is there a speed run for this dungeon?
Yep.
You want to say what it is or no?
Do I see what the time is?
Do you want to say what it is? People were asking.
It's mutable.
What?
What I mean is
Bad
like
joke.
it's going up, like if it's going to be set to the initial level on PTS, we'll undoubtedly change it.
Okay, so
okay.
it's just not,
Gotcha.
not
So
final.
as we see people can kind of beat it, then
Yeah.
we'll change it.
That
to
sounds
be
like
more
a
appropriate.
PTS challenge.
Yeah, it sure does. Sure does.
Yeah.
We're also going to be probably changing speed runs in the future because right now they're
Yeah.
just kind of like, oh, we just want to get through it as fast as possible and stuff like that, which encourages probably behavior that
Like
maybe
skipping
is a
things.
desire, skipping things and stuff like that. So in the future, we're probably going to do speed runs that also require you to kill all the monsters in the
Right.
dungeon. So
Cool.
Nice. Do you want to show everybody the house?
Yeah,
I could do
people
that.
want to see it.
I could do that.
And this is not the only home, right?
No.
There's another one.
There's so one thing to know about this house is this is pre-lit, you won't even get it. It's pretty stripped as far as this. It's not even the base one you would get it because they haven't put all the.
They're still
lighting and temps.
finishing
They're
all
still
the
finishing
lighting and all of
stuff.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it's going to look really, really bare, but the layout.
You
is
get
gonna
some
be the
idea of
same.
the
Yeah,
layout.
you get the layout
Okay.
of this one.
Okay,
Get your
so this
own,
is not finished.
No, you get your own pleasure dungeon too.
Wow.
What?
We know what Mike's going to design it
Did I
as.
say that out loud? I didn't mean to say that out loud. See?
Okay. Somebody was asking, is there going to be new sets besides the monster sets?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
These are the sets. I can give you a preview of what the heavy does right there. Look at that. Was that not enough time? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm going to screenshot.
So he's like, pause it.
Also, to be clear, when this is on PTS, there will be no NDA.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Yeah.
you are free to talk
Stream
about
it.
it, stream it, whatever you
Stream
want to
it.
do. It's fine.
Yes.
Please,
So
and please do, because we like sharing that stuff during PTS.
this is the entrance to the house that for Falkreath Havaka's High Hall or whatever. Havel.
John, did you have a hand in this, or do you just focus on dungeons?
I didn't actually. Another world builder built this.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Nate built this, but what was great was Nate was able to take the work he did for.
Yeah, I copied out the instance and
Yep.
then built the house on that, and then
Yep.
we put it back into mine.
Yeah. So they worked in tandem to kind of make sure that
Yeah.
when you see the house in the instance and when you see it here. So yeah, this is really dark. Let's try. Let's make it brighter. Look at
For
that.
those asking, these dungeons come as part of an ESO Plus membership if you have that, or you can purchase them for crowns by themselves.
So if you can see, that is the house.
That is cool. Wow. That's a big one.
Yeah.
I was
Whoa. Whoa.
What was that?
Yeah. You have a mic
I was holding
on.
back.
You have a mic
I
on.
didn't.
and then
I'm
you
pretty
said
sure
it.
I don't know
everybody
what you're
heard
talking
that. So this is a pretty cool house, but this is the part that we wanted to show down. Is if you look down, that is the dungeon down there.
Oh, that's
what the
cool.
dungeon looks like.
Yeah, all
So
the streets and
there's the streets that you would fight the kind of the shaman kind undead guys.
It's
There's
nice
the
that there's
Jarl's
not
Hall
like
right there.
giant fireballs falling on
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
house.
it's good. We
Random shrieking in the
decided
streets.
yeah, in 3 years we're gonna redo this and it's gonna be all burned down.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's not. You're the savior of Falkreath. If you fail the dungeon and you buy this house, it should be burned down. That would be awesome. until you get the achievement for completing the dungeon, it's burned down.
Yeah, let you buy it, and it's
Yeah,
just
right
nothing
there.
there.
There's just nothing there. You're like, oh man. But actually, in order to get this for gold, you would have to complete the dungeon. But
Right.
I think you only have to do it on normal. You don't have to do it on veteran.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We haven't done a giveaway yet.
Nope.
What?
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 Could we?
Who wants free things?
I do.
No, right?
I don't think
The
we're
giveaway.
eligible to win though. Okay, so let's see.
So this house is not in the dungeon, but you can see it from the dungeon.
Yes.
And you can see the dungeon from the house, but they're actually in different instances, world spaces? What would you call it?
Yep, that's exactly correct. And this, if you see this is exactly like the final boss room
Oh, yes, it is.
in the dungeon.
Well, would you look at that?
You can relive the terror.
Yes.
You know what the keyword's going to be?
What?
It's actually words. 3 words. All of this.
All of this. All of this.
So, if you want to, people are already guessing all of this. What are we going to give away? What did we say earlier?
We could do another...
A strategy guide?
Yeah, a strategy guide.
That'd be
You can get
cool.
it signed if you'd like.
I thought you guys were going to
with
give
the
away
team.
Mike's shirt.
We decided against that.
Oh, okay.
Who decided? We decided against that.
We all did.
I think that was a
I thought it
global
was funny.
I know
No,
you did.
no.
You weren't the one doing it.
So we're going to be giving away the Morrowind strategy guide. I
Yep.
think it's the
collector's
edition
edition.
strategy guide. If you type in all of this, you have to do that hand motion too.
We know if you do it or not. We know.
We know.
That guy didn't do it. See? Right there? That guy he just totally didn't do it. He just typed in all
Oh,
of this.
somebody had a question. There it goes. I
Oh,
didn't see it.
yep.
Bye.
Ask
Is
it
your
again in a
question,
few minutes.
are people
Oh, you know what? I
trying to
can-
get the giveaway? The answer is yes.
I can
That's what
scroll.
it does. That's correct.
Can you ask John what tool or programs he uses when creating?
Oh, yeah.
So we
I
use
can ask him.
so we use Photoshop for a lot of like pre-work and texture stuff, doing any changes like that. But we also use the in-house editor here that we've created, essentially like programs have created for us to do all the like assembling all the Lego pieces and making everything look cool.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it for tools.
When you make your own assets, you do.
Yeah, we use Max and
Studio Max.
yeah, and Photoshop and Substance Designer and stuff like that. But yeah, mainly it's like our in-house editor and Photoshop. I can mostly do most of my things from that.
How long have you been doing world building?
I've been world building for 10 years now.
Wow.
Ooh,
Wow.
Wow.
Good
Yeah.
for you. He's like,
Had existential crisis. Wow.
10 long years. The things he's seen, man.
I've seen things, okay? Yeah, so I started on working on Warhammer online with Finnegan actually 10 years ago.
Oh, so long ago.
Yeah.
I can't get away from him.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
why it
My
seems so long.
condolences.
That's why it seems so long.
I was like, God,
Feel the love. Feel it.
I don't know. It's too much.
Yeah, so yeah, we work together at a couple different studios. Me and John have, so we're able
Together
to kinda
forever.
Together, right? We're besties.
And you do just dungeons and trials?
So I've done Dungeons and Trials, but I've recently started going back to doing like overlaying content and dungeon stuff
Oh, cool.
and delves and that kind of thing.
Public dungeons.
Yep, public dungeons. I did the 2 public dungeons for Morrowind as well.
Cool. What's been your favorite so far? I know that's
Favorite?
trying to ask, like, what's your favorite child, but
I really like Hellraw Citadel.
Everyone has a favorite.
Yeah, and I really like Blackheart Haven. That was another one that I really liked.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was one that I just tried to go as big as possible with every space, and then
Cool.
yeah, a couple of the spaces I was like, yeah, this is cool.
And what's funny is you say all of this. That's what he does after every dungeon. He
Oh.
walks over and he
He's
goes,
like,
all,
"I
of
did all
this.
of this."
And then he just walks away. And we're like, John's done, guys.
Yeah,
Drop mic moment.
it's like 1:30. Everyone's like, where are you going?
He's like, all of this.
Look,
It's like Groot, where he just says, I am Groot over and over. That's all he says is all
this.
of this.
so what are you doing today? Well, you know,
All of this.
chat.
Well, we have our winner of the giveaway. Oh my God, you're killing me.
Hecaterin,
Hecaterin.
maybe. Hopefully you
Or
said that right.
Caterin. Either way, you've won. Your very own
Congrats.
collector's edition.
And we can get it signed for you if you like.
If you like.
Or not.
Then we have to open
Your
it.
choice.
So as long as you don't mind.
It won't be signed by anybody here, but it will be signed.
By someone.
We'll just walk the streets of Baltimore, random.
we'll find somebody.
It's like, just find some. There's a guy at the deli that likes to sign these boxes.
We'll actually trick them like it's a receipt or something.
Yeah, something like that. That would be good.
I think you'll have to put all of this.
All of this.
Oh,
It's like
please
all of
do.
this. Sir, you need to sign your name. No,
Nope. Don't even need
this
to.
is a mortgage, sir. It's like, no,
Take it.
take it.
I think it's a good place to wrap up.
Yeah,
What did
thank
we
you
just
guys.
give away?
Collector's Edition Strategy Guide.
Thank you. Strategy guide.
So thank you guys so much for joining us. If you want to stay tuned, Pete Hines is doing an awesome Tesla Online, or excuse me, not Tesla Online, goodness. The Elder Scrolls Legends live stream shortly after this at 4:30. So you should stay tuned and watch. And we'll be back in 2 weeks, yeah?
On July 21st. 21st at 3 o'clock, as usual. As we mentioned earlier, we will be going through the other dungeon in the Horns of the Reach DLC game pack. We'll be going through Bloodroot Forge.
And look for this dungeon and the other one and the whole update on the PTS next week.
It'll be on PTS early next week. Thanks, you guys.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you
Joining
for
the show.
having me.
It
Thank
was,
you.
This was
it
a fun
fun
one.
show.
It was fun.
Good way
And
to
thank
wrap up
you
the
all
Friday.
for tuning in. Chat was awesome this time.
Thank you for joining us. This time, all of this.
Little caveat right there.
I almost said this week. No, that doesn't make sense.
Okay, well,
Thank you
we
guys.
should go.
Have a
Watch
good
out.
weekend.